Hey beautiful humans, I'm going to take a moment today to talk to you about the fawn response, and this video is especially for you if you run groups or work with clients or in some way are in a position of guiding others. So it's very common that people will start their group process by talking about sovereignty, by talking about how important it is that someone in their program or their process really listens to what's right for them and only takes what's right and leaves the rest. So it's an important thing to do at the beginning of your work with people, to really place the authority back with your participants or clients or groups. The problem with the fact that fawn is a response, so fawn, I've got the definition here. Fawn is where someone reverts to people pleasing to diffuse conflict and re-establish a sense of safety. So, and basically fawning is one of the 4 responses that we have to create safety in that's arising from the nervous system. So we've got fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And fawn is something that's often not spoken about, but it shows up in a lot of places, and it's really important to understand how it works, and that it's just like the other nervous system responses. It's not a cognitive decision. So it's not something that your clients necessarily can make a conscious decision about if it's kind of wired into their system to people please in order to create safety. So if talking about sovereignty, inviting sovereignty isn't enough for those people with strong people pleasing, fawning tendencies, what do you do? Just to be clear what fawning can look like. Fawning, so I can say people pleasing, but fawning is basically where someone will be doing whatever they can to make you happy. If someone's fawning, their sense of safety is coming from the social engagement environment. So especially if they see you as a figure of authority, or if they think that you have something that they need, it is a really valid way that people have developed to get needs met. So if I just agree and say yes, this person will enjoy having me around, and I'll get my needs met in a roundabout way. I'll align myself with this person, they'll enjoy having me there as an easygoing kind of presence, a supportive presence, and by connection I'll be safe, I'll be protected because I'm easy to have around. So you can tell if someone, there's a difference between just easygoing personalities and someone who is in fawn response, and the difference you're really going to find by inquiring, by slowing things down enough that you can kind of really feel into what does it feel like for you when your client or participants are saying yes very quickly, or what does it feel like for you when you might ask your group, all right, how is everyone doing? How are you feeling right now? Or how is that exercise? Or how is that process I just led you through landing? If you're getting a lot of yeah, great, that kind of flavor, one thing that you can do that will both give you more information and support your clients who are fawning is to ask them, how do you know that you know it's great? So how do you know that you're getting a yes to this activity? How do you know that you feel powerful after doing the exercise I just ran you through? I want you to feel powerful, but how do you know that that's what's happening for you? So when you ask them to inquire and get curious, that's really turning their attention back in, and then they might start to go, actually, I don't know. Actually, when I start to get curious, I'm actually really uncertain what I'm feeling. I just thought I'd say I'm good. I'm actually feeling really confused because those instructions told me I needed to be powerful, and I'm actually feeling really disconnected from myself. Whatever they find in there. It's never going to be helpful to have someone saying yes if it doesn't connect to their actual experience. So you'll see it if someone's fawning and just agreeing with your directions without any actual engagement inside of themselves with the process. They will need to push a lot more to get any results. There'll also be a sense of not being able to feel them in the process, or they won't get very much out of the process, other than maybe they'll get a feeling of belonging. Maybe they'll get a feeling of hey, I'm next to this person that I admire and value, and that'll be valuable for them, but it won't help shift the fawn response. So that's one thing you can do, is to support that development of sovereignty in your clients, is to so ask the question, how did that exercise land? How was that process for you? And then when they give you a response, how do you know that you know that's what's happening for you? And that question will take them, you can direct them a bit more. What do you notice in your body? What do you notice in your energy? What do you notice in your emotions? How do you know that you feel more powerful? What tells you? And really leaving it open that it's possible that on the surface it feels powerful because you just shouted and moved your body a lot, but actually maybe what's actually here is maybe you feel stirred, vulnerable, blah, blah, blah. That's one thing you do. How do you know that you know? The other thing that you can do, oh, I just lost it. The other thing you can do, is, so for someone who's got a very deep fawn impulse, saying no, boundaries are likely to be places of discomfort, because that's them differentiating from their figure of authority or attachment. So you can give them, this is a process I really like around any kind of boundary development. Give them homework to always have their first answer be no, or let me get back to you. So I like to do that with clients where I'll give them homework for a week, where if they're asked anything, they commit to saying the first thing they answer is no thank you, or if it's not a clear no, then let me get back to you. And then they have to take at least a minute to pause and feel how that request or direction is landing in them. And really this is just creating the space for them to feel the activation in the nervous system when they're asked to place themselves in their own spot, in their own place on the map, in their body. It's quite a powerful, simple but powerful process. So, and it helps them to develop their sovereignty. So this rave is actually coming out of, I'm writing the workshop content for a program that I've got coming up that is specifically for coaches and practitioners, people who are working with clients and groups who want to be able to include some of that more unconscious, implicit, nervous system based work, so that you can work with your clients in a more deeply embodied way. That's not just talking about embodiment, it's literally working with the nervous system, with the maps and pathways that your clients have set up, and so you can support them to create more empowered pathways, including support them to shift out of fawn and into self-empowerment and more of a healthy social connection kind of frame. So I've got this course coming up. We're going to do an intro workshop in about a month in June, and then an in-person in Northern Rivers. I'm looking forward to it in the beginning of July. So I'm just gathering names of people who are interested. It'll be a small group. This is me taking the program that I ran a few years ago and fine-tuning it. So I'm wanting to give a lot of good, close contact so people really get the tools. Anyway, that's enough from me. Reach out if you're interested in the training, and I'd love to hear how that fawn information lands for you. Thanks.